Hello, athletes. Welcome back to USF. We're so glad to have you back. We're hoping for a very healthy year this year and to remind you of the services that we have on campus. My name is Dr. Mary Ann Andrade Becker. I'm the Counseling and Wellness Director here at USF. And what I do a lot with students is to provide them not only with resources, but also some education and some tools for performance. As a student athlete, you are tasked with more pressure in your life, not only in regards to your athletic performance, but also your academic and your family and your work life. As you know, to have good mental health, it is that mind body connection. And what I call that is like you're in the zone. You know what you need to do. You don't have to think about it a lot. Your body and your mind knows how that flow will be to make the play or to make the point. And it's a great headspace. It allows you to trust yourself fully to not only perform the play, but also to understand what you're doing with your team. And sometimes what happens is that throughout the year, our mental health can also put in an extra pressure. With that, we lose that mind body connection. And we often become very frustrated and we say to ourselves, what is wrong with me that I'm not able to perform as best as I usually am? And I would like to say to give yourself a little bit more grace. I know that as an athlete, we look at our bodies as being a well-oiled machine. And when that well-oiled machine is not working as properly as it needs to be, we often blame ourselves to say that we need to work on something. And maybe what we need at that point is to take a step back, to reassess the situation, and to figure out what the next steps would be to get us back into that zone. I'd like to use an analogy for a moment that when you are working through a particular play or you're on the field, and then an incident happens where you have a minor injury or it's a major injury, and you try to work through that as best as you can to move through that particular play. But if you don't have time to recoup, to reassess where that injury is, and you keep playing on that injury, we're actually causing more damage. This is the same thing with mental health. Sometimes we need to take that pause for us to assess what we need to get back into the zone. And what our office offers to you is not only that education and that support, but then also to realize that that pressure also is an essential part of that performance as well. I've often heard that pressure is a privilege. And in my worldview, that looks a little differently. Pressure is part of the function of that particular event, that you need to have a little bit of pressure to perform well. Studies have shown that if you have moderate levels of pressure, you perform exceedingly well, not only on the field, but also academically. But it's when we are at the extremes, when we have no pressure and we have no motivation to do things, or at the extreme end where it becomes very, very difficult for us to get back to that mind-body connection. Those are the continuums that I would like to talk to you about today. And those are the things that I would also ask you to be mindful of, because your health is very, very important, not only on the field, but off the field. And it is my job, as well as the job of my staff, to help you get you back to that mind-body connection. So if you ever have a question or if you ever have a concern, feel free to drop by our office. We're in the Mother House on the 3rd level, C310. We're available Monday through Friday from 8 until 5 o'clock. And we do accommodate students with either phone or video or in-person meetings. So if you ever have a question or if you ever wanted to chat, you can contact me directly and we can have a session to talk a little bit about how best that we can serve you. Because at the end of the day, it is my goal, as well as the goal of the staff, to provide you what you need to get back into the game, whether that be on or off the field. Thank you so much.